My name's Ollie. I'm a recent graduate at RBS. I've been here for about 6 weeks. I work in implementation and we are here today at Tech Challenge Bootcamp. So far it's been really interesting, learning about all different ways of working, ways of thinking, and it's been really good to get all the graduates, all the apprentices together to discuss everything. My favourite day was definitely day 2 so far with the design thinking session. It was really interesting to talk about different ways we can come and get together and make ideas, the different processes you can follow, and make sure you don't follow a linear route when you're trying to think of new ideas.
Are you looking forward to the rest of the weekend?
Yes, definitely.
I'm Claire Taylor. I've currently just joined as a graduate in Risk Solutions. I did the internship last year for 10 weeks and it's brilliant to be back. It's been really good, intense, very intense, a lot of information but really enjoyable. It's good to chat to different people, work in different teams, so yeah, I've had a great time.
We've had 6 days of bootcamp training, followed by bootcamp in India, in Gurgaon, and in Edinburgh, in the UK. And it's been really great because we've kind of repeated the same series of talks and activities across both the locations. We've had 45 participants in India and 99 in the UK, and all of them have gone through with their teams training on sustainability, agile, DevOps, design thinking, and also done a lot of activities to kind of figure out how to deliver a presentation, how to work on their challenge pitch and stuff like that. So it's been really great. It's been very busy, but a lot of fun.
Overriding feeling right now is exhaustion, I have to say. It's been about 4 weeks constant work, traveling to India for 2 weeks to do mentor training and then running the bootcamp there and then coming back and effectively doing the whole thing here with no break between gigs in effect. You do feel, the word gig is interesting because you do feel a bit like a rock star here because you become very popular with the grads because you're doing a lot for them and they enjoy it and they get to know you over the time. So that's very rewarding, although it is a massive amount of work. It's basically a logistics exercise. It's a massive logistics exercise, pulling it all together. But we've had some really good speakers, very inspiring speakers, both in India and in here actually. So I've become a believer in this thing as something to do with the graduates because I think it sets them up very well. It takes them out of their day job before they become too set in their ways and too tainted by existing processes and approaches and stuff like that. We're effectively sheep dipping them here in the very latest and greatest thinking, technology, approaches and that kind of thing. So I think it gives them a kind of a bit of a vision so they don't get too bogged down in their day job scenarios.
There's been a lot involved. Huge thing was procurement. We had a lot of craft for all the design thinking, the different sessions throughout the days. 4 days were full on with lots of crafts. We could have had my children in actually, they would have had a field day. There's a lot involved in the background, but it's good fun. I love an event and this is a great one to do.
Hi, my name is Iffy. It's been really good, really interactive, really great to meet some really interesting speakers, and we've also had some really fun challenges. It has to be the design thinking experience because we actually got a real problem and we're able to apply what we were learning and then go through the steps of design thinking and have a solution, so it has to be that one.
I'm Andrew Jack and we're here in the bootcamp preparing for the Challenge 2017. It's been really good, energy's been really high, lots of enthusiasm from everyone, and there have been some really fun interactive challenges and presentations. Favourite presentation was Matthew Davies talking to us about Determined to Lead. Again, so much enthusiasm, so much passion, and he really I can speak on behalf of everyone when I say he kind of captivated the audience.
My name is Alina, I'm from Ukraine and I've joined RBS about a month ago. It's been amazing. I met so many people, I've networked, and I've learned a lot about sustainability and how important this is for RBS.
My name is Joseph, I'm from Malaysia. It's been really good and I met a lot of people and met a lot of friends, and also I think the presentation is very engaging and most of it is very interesting.
My name's Amy Donaldson. It's been a really good week, really fun, loads of interesting talkers and fun events for everyone to take part in. I'm quite enjoying the Agile DevOps simulation, something new and exciting, get to get up and walk about.
I'm Hugo Jeffries. I came into it a bit cynical about the team building exercises, and I think that's been my favourite thing. It's been very intense, but at the same time it's been enjoyable, so yeah, no, it's been a really great week.
I think the most interesting thing I've done was the afternoon sessions yesterday where we did with our mentors, where we had to learn about how everyone in our team likes to work and learn about their personality traits, because I found that quite interesting, getting to know what other people on my team are like. So yeah, I really enjoy that.
The experience has been great. So not only we get to meet apprentices, it kind of destroyed those boundaries between graduates and apprentices, and we got to meet great leaders of the bank, and it's been great. I loved it.
It has been a great experience, I have to say, and it's really amazing 4 days that devoted for presentations and the new skills, especially agile systems that we learn, and yeah, it has been a great experience.
I've been involved with helping with the organisation of the event. I was told it was a full-time role, and I think I was in denial when they said it was full-time. It's taken an awful lot of effort to get it done. It wouldn't have been possible without the help of some of my colleagues who've done just a fantastic job in terms of getting everything organised. A lot of effort, but I've not seen it before, and I'm seeing it firsthand now, and I think it's well worth the effort.
I've got two teams, one of 5, one of 6. Really, they're actually, from a graduate/apprentice point of view, they seem to be extremely motivated, very switched on bunch of guys. So in terms of my involvement, I'm really there just to help guide them, ask any particular queries or questions they've got. I've not really felt that I've had to be too over-involved. However, I have said, if you need anything, you want me, there's various ways of getting in touch with me. They'll be working stuff out, but it's really just sort of like making sure you put your arms around them and make sure that they know that they've got that support network there if they require it. But for me at the minute, it seems to be quite light touch, I guess, and I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing, but they seem to be a good bunch of guys. Yeah.
I'd absolutely agree with that. I was quite surprised, because I did this last year as well. And last year there was much more, one had to encourage, one had to draw some stuff out of the guys. This year I've noticed a significant difference, but actually they're really self-motivated. They want to do this.
Very much so.
So they're always really been around gentle nudges to get them in the right direction, because they're so willing to have conversations, willing to express their views. They sometimes head off at a tangent. So it's really about guiding them back to where we're about.
I found the whole experience hugely exciting, and even over the involvement of the 4 days, you can vastly see how the graduates and the mentors have evolved within their roles. From a mentor perspective, I've learned a lot about myself, about the process, and also about the bank that I perhaps didn't know before. The speakers have been fantastic and really inspired me to learn more and go away and find out more about different areas of development within the bank and what we can do to streamline our processes while working in a more agile environment. If you get the opportunity to be a mentor, grab it with both hands. It's been, as I say, massively exciting, really good to get involved and get an understanding and have a conversation with graduates and apprentices who will be the next generation of the bank and understand their thoughts and how they see us evolving.
I did the mentor role last year for Challenge 2016. And I got so much out of it personally, and I'm still mentoring some of the grads from my teams last year, that I was really keen to get involved again this year and continue that journey. For me, it's about giving back at my stage in my career. I like the fact that the challenge itself was articulated on day one. I think previously it's been left as a surprise until the last minute. People have started to get their head around it far more, and they're asking the right questions already, which is great.
And this is the first time I've done this, and I thought it's been really, really good. If I was being genuine, I think that I have learned equally as much about myself and about the topics as the grads have, and the apprentices. And it has been a really enjoyable experience, and one that I would thoroughly recommend. We are learning the cutting edge techniques within technology, the way the bank is trying to move forward as opposed to a standard induction that an employee might have got in the past.
I think again it's everything I expected. We've got some really fired up, enthusiastic people. I think they loved the session on design thinking. It went down really well. I think the challenges have been good. They've developed a lot over the course of the week. They're improving all the time. A bit chaotic this afternoon, but I'm sure that'll even out as we go through the rest of the challenge. I'd advise anybody in the bank to do it. It's a great experience. You learn so much yourself. It's not just about the graduates. It's a great development opportunity.
I think day one was brilliant. It got the grads started off on a good note about what challenge is all about what the theme is all about, sustainability. They got to understand that better. And I think they have a very clear message that they need to win. Yeah, so I think it was a fab day.
For me, I would say it was amazing. Reason being because I am a creative soul and I got to know that after a very long time, being in the technology and, monotonous day-to-day job, breaking free of it and, thinking in a new direction and building blocks or presenting things, it was great.
So to sum it up, it was a very nice experience because I wanted to upgrade my skills in presentation skills. So I got a chance to present. So that made me feel confident in speaking, public speaking. And there were certain ice-breaking challenges among the teams. So that was very interesting, especially the marshmallow challenge that happened. It was quite interesting where we have to use our brain along with teamwork and everything.
It was a real, you can say, all-round package for us because we were not expecting something like this because it has been 1 year and we have no sessions like this at all. I think my favorite was the second day when we learned about design thinking and everything. So I think, and the third day was also very important because on the first 2 days, our teams have been doing some mistakes while presenting, and we were able to learn about our mistakes on the third day when we were able to, grasp the knowledge about the presentation skills and everything. We are totally looking forward to Edinburgh. Of course, it will be our first international trip. And secondly, yes, after this 4 days workshop, we now have the spirit that yes, we have the potential to win it.
The best thing of this boot camp was that I got to meet a lot of people, which includes my colleagues as well as the stakeholders. So they were quite motivating for us.
The end-to-end discussion that we had regarding the simulation of the idea from the building, from the scratch and up till the end, how the prototype would be built. The entire session was very much entertaining and engaging as well, and I'll be looking forward not only to go to Edinburgh but also Ireland in March.
It was a great session. The design thinking part, as always, was absolutely fantabulous, and the sessions from Alan were really good. The presentation skills which he portrayed to us, we learned a lot on how to present things, and yes, everyone was so motivating and we are really excited for the challenge and hopefully winning it and going to Ireland.
Yeah, actually it was much more than what I had expected. I especially love the design thinking part. That was very learning experience for me, and of course I'm looking forward to the December.
The workshops that we attended is not only for the challenge, but we can take it even further in our career. My favorite was design thinking. I just loved it because in the beginning I was like, are we moving anywhere forward? I had the doubt, but when I saw the end results, I was like, really surprised, and it really impressed me, and we are going to use it for the challenge.
The favorite part was design thinking because there were a lot of new things in the entire boot camp. So it involved a lot of creativity and cooperation basically. So design thinking was pretty new, and I wish it will help us throughout the, in working in the technology challenge. And we won it as a group in design thinking, so it's obviously design thinking.
My favorite bit about the workshop was the presentation workshop. I loved it. And my key takeaways would be how to improvise my presentation, how to put my idea across to all audience and engage with them. And I look forward to the challenge, and I want to make the most out of the 10 minutes we get as a team.
I think it's a golden opportunity for the graduates of 2016 batch to be included along with the UK graduates. I think this is a perfect place to get the exposure that we were looking forward to when we joined RBS. And 4 days have been amazing. I can't believe it's already over. And my favorite part was definitely networking with a lot of people. I don't think I won't get a chance like this again in my life probably. And Edinburgh trip is definitely a dream come true. and I'm hoping that our team wins, and we'll put the amount of effort that we possibly can to make that happen.
For me, this boot camp was like one of the first boot camps that I have ever attended. So I had a lot of expectations, and I would say all my expectations were met, and then maybe even it went well above it. All the information that was given to me, and that everything that was told, presented, like all the speakers were like exceptionally good at what they do, obviously.
Initially, when we came here, I did not focus that much on presentation, but after that session, while today Alan was speaking, I could notice all the things that he taught us doing that on stage, and that made an impact on us. So, and we could pinpoint things like, oh, this is how you interact everyone. He's using the right pauses. That's how we are supposed to do it, so that we engage people and gather their attention. That was fun.
It was an incredible experience over the 4 days. Primarily because the stuff that we got to do, the sessions that we had, was things that we don't normally get exposed to in terms of the design thinking that we did, and then the presentation lessons. Going to Edinburgh to present is slightly scary and very exciting because it's going to be a different audience to connect to. So that part's slightly scary, but I think it'll be an experience with the level of global exposure that will be something that's almost impossible to replace.
The boot camp was really enlightening for us. Most of us didn't know many things about us, the hidden talents that we had. I never knew that I could write poetry. So within our teams also, we came to know each of our friends much more better, their hidden talents, how to work together, what a presentation really is.
I think the bootcamp was a really, really good experience. It was really fruitful in terms of the things we learned and the things we got to apply at the end of it. So the best part was that we all went to roam around here and there around the room, get to socialize with people, interact with people, got to know our people better, so that we may prepare better in these 2 months to come. So I think it was really a good, innovative experience. It broadened our minds with respect to how we should approach a problem and how we can actually solve it in the future.
It started about 5 years ago when I thought of an idea of trying to get more people in the bank interacting with innovation, and how do we do that? And I thought of the challenge as a competition that we could run across the whole bank. And when I proposed that with Kristen to Kevin and Ken at the time, there was a drive towards, can we do it with our early careers team? And we started it off in 2014 with apprentices in the UK, Edinburgh and London, technology and operations, and there was about 75 of them. And they came up with some really great ideas, 3 of which went through and into production. Really, really good. The next year we brought the graduates in, made it bigger, and you'll have seen pitch coming out of that. That was around Silicon Valley. The year after, about cost reduction, and you'll have seen Eva come out of that, the AI bot. So it's expanded over the years, and now here we are in India, joining our India technology graduates, another 45 people adding on to the size, getting bigger all the time.
It's been really fantastic working with the Indian team here on the ground who've been helping us organize the Grad Challenge here in India. It's always a bit of a challenge starting out to organize an event of this scale with this many people remotely, but the teams here from the Learning Academy, Shivani's team, Diksha and Soma have been the key players trying to get this organized on ground. The collaboration has been very easy. We've hit it off right from the start. We've had a lot of fun doing a lot of work that this sort of event involves. On the ground, things have run very smoothly over the last 5 or 6 days. We've had a great time training the mentors, and obviously we've run the boot camp here at a hotel in Gurgaon as opposed to our regular RBS offices. So it's been a nice change of scene from a point of view of participants, and the organization and the running has went really smooth.
This is a great opportunity for us to influence the graduate population, which are the future of the bank, as I see it. So we're teaching them not the old way of doing things, but the new way of doing things, training them in agile, DevOps, presentation skills. The thing that strikes me is their enthusiasm. So they're working, but it doesn't feel like work, right? It really doesn't. People are working very hard. The very first day we had them doing some presentations, standing up and just presenting for 1 minute on a topic, and they all did extremely well. I mean, we were, both of us, and Dave Barnes is with us as well from the UK, all of us were kind of taken aback by how accomplished they were, how well they stuck into all the exercises. They just mucked in and got on with it. So I'm super impressed. I think the Indian grads will do really well against the UK grads, in fact.
We've just finished up Bootcamp today after running Bootcamp in India and Bootcamp in the UK. I've just come along for the close, and the energy and excitement in the room was immediately noticeable. I think the guys have had a really good past 4 days, and the feedback I've heard is they've learned a lot of skills which are going to really help them develop and hone and create their idea for sustainable banking. December 6th is a big day. Mark it in your calendars. December 6th is the final presentation day for all the teams to come together and share their ideas on sustainable banking using all the skills they've learned at Bootcamp and all the work they've done in the teams in the coming weeks.